Alright, so I've been watching Mario Kart World videos, and I gotta say, these new mechanics they've added completely changed the way the game feels, in the best way possible. I'm talking about charge jumping, wall riding, and grinding. At first I wasn't sure how they'd all fit in, but after seeing them, I'm convinced they're some of the smartest additions the series has made in a long time. Let me break down why I think they work, and a couple of things I hope Nintendo keeps an eye on. Charge jumping. So charge jumping is kind of like doing a mini trick while you're driving in a straight line. You hold the drift button to charge, and when you release it, your cart launches into the air with a little speed boost. It's super satisfying to time it right, and you use it to dodge hazards or get a slightly higher path you couldn't reach before. It gives you more to do on straightaways. Now there are chances to gain an edge, or maybe lose if you're not careful. Here's what I like. It adds a fun layer of movement without being too complicated. Pulling off a jump at the right time feels good, and really flexible. You can use it to hop over obstacles, reach shortcuts, or even start a combo. Here's some potential issues though. If it ends up being too useful, it can mess up with the game's balance. Like if people start spamming charge jump all over the track, it might become less about racing and more about jumping constantly. Just like how bunny hopping became a thing in Minecraft. Hopefully the game limits it to just keep it strategic. Wall riding. Wall riding is wild. You can now use it to jump onto certain walls and drive along them, almost like you're in a sci-fi racer. It opens up new ways to explore the track. I found a few places already where you can take a whole new route just by hopping into a wall. Why it works. It gives the track some vertical depth. Suddenly, you're not just looking for shortcuts on the ground, but you have to think in 3D. When you're pulling it off, it feels like a little discovery on a secret path in mid-race. Here's a bit of a downside. I've noticed that not every wall is rideable, which makes sense, but it also means the feature isn't used as much as it could be. Some tracks seem designed around it, and others barely use it. I'd love to see more consistent opportunities to use wall riding so it feels fully integrated. Grinding, yes, like on rails, is such a cool twist. You can jump onto rails that run through the levels and ride them, often skipping over sections of the track or reaching alternate paths. It's fast, stylish, and gives the game a kind of skateboarding or platforming energy that really fits. Here's why it's fun. Grinding gives the tracks a sense of momentum. You can go from drifting to jumping to grinding all in one motion, and when you land smoothly, it feels like nailing a trick combo. It also makes the game feel less flat. There's more to explore and master. Here's a possible drawback though. If grinding is always the fastest option, it might make the normal racing line feel pointless. I hope the game keeps it balanced, where grinding is sometimes the best move, but not always. It should be choosing the right path for the right situation, not hitting every rail you see. Here's my final thoughts. Overall, these new mechanics make Mario Kart World feel way more dynamic. I think they're a smart evolution for the series, adding a variety of movement options and skill without totally overwhelming new players. But there is a learning curve. The tools are there to practice, like rewind, and the game seems built to help you experiment with it. The key for me is balance. These mechanics are really fun, but if they're not tuned properly, they could end up overpowering the classic Mario Kart feel. That said, what I've seen so far feels very fresh and exciting, and I'm perfectly okay with the game going in this direction. So if you're a longtime Mario Kart fan or someone who just likes movement-based games, I honestly think you're gonna have a blast with these features. I know I am. Thanks for watching, guys. See you another time. Bye-bye.